Hey everyone, Raymond here with the Evercrafter, and welcome to my page. Today I am part of Holidays Designer Circles Halloween event, and some of my products today came from Melissa with TCT Crafts. I want to thank her. Also want to thank Cynthia, Tabitha, and Heather for asking me to be a part of this event today. I'm super excited, and can't wait to see what we have going on. Hey Landon, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna get myself pulled up on my laptop, and I'll be right back with you. And then once some people get in, I'll tell you more about myself. All right. Hey Trent, welcome in. Yeah, it is hot in my craft studio today. Where am I at? I can't even find myself. Hey Patty, there I am. Ooh. Hey Sandy. Say hello as y'all come in. Like, I'm looking at myself being on, and it's still not letting me pull it up. Not sure what's going on. We try to get to it this way. Hey M Jones. Come on. Nope. That's not going to do it. Hey, Heather. Well, I'm trying to pull myself up so I can read my own comments. There we go. I got it. Thanks for sprinkling me out. I'm going to reach under my table real quick and turn a fan on down there. Hold on just 1 second. Oh. Y'all might hear the fan. I apologize. But I have to, because I do clay work, I have to keep my vent right here turned off and my ceiling fan turned off so the clay doesn't dry out this quick. So how is everyone doing? Hope y'all have been having an incredible time today and yesterday. Again, this event is being put on by Holidays Designer Circle. And I want to thank everyone for bringing me into this. It's been an incredible event. So many amazing designs. I started off as a wreath maker. Hey Patricia. Hey Beryl. I actually started off as a wreath maker and then switched over to clay. But today has made me miss doing wreaths, to be honest with you, because there's been such incredible designs. Hey Michael. So tonight we're doing a character. I'm kind of known for sculpting faces. These are some of my pieces behind me here. The witch here is one of my pieces that I did a few weeks ago. This little guy here has different heads I can change out for the seasons. Right now it's a pumpkin. I also do really good faux cakes. So this is a Halloween cake I just got done doing. And this is my Grim that I did earlier on in the summer. So these are all pieces that I've done. Thank you. This is one of my favorite cakes I've ever made. Let me pull it up. So all of the black is clay that I've overlaid over the orange. And the orange is actually painted with two different tones of orange paint to give it that shadow effect to make it look like it's three-dimensional. The moon is also foam clay over styrofoam. So this is one of my favorite cakes I've ever done. My theme for Halloween this year is Sleepy Hollow, so I made this cake to go on my buffet. There we go. Hey Tabitha, how are you? Hey Jill, thanks for watching. Thanks Deborah. Hey Q. Hey Cheryl. Hey my Carly. Thank you Trent. Hey Melissa. RB's Creative Creations. Hey. Alright, so tonight we are doing, my first live was roughly a year and a few weeks ago. So I've only really been doing clay hardcore for about a year. But in that year, I jumped in head for it first. Like, I asked some questions, I saw what I wanted, and I went for it. And my first projects actually turned out really well. I was a little shocked at myself. It's not something I thought I would be doing. Hey, Donna Marie, welcome in. Hey, Eliza. Hey, Elizabeth. But I jumped head first. Hey, my friend Justin. So when I jumped in, you know, before I did my first live, I wanted to do a few things prior to get myself ready for the clay. Like, I went live doing clay for my very first live, and I had just started doing clay, so it was a little strange for me. Hey, Debbie. But on my table in my first live, I had a candy corn god that I had created with a face. And so that's what we're going to do today. And I've changed some ways I do some things since then. But I'm going to walk you through what I've done for prep work so far, and then we'll go right into covering. So, for the base of the candy corn, I use... Thank you, Deborah. Nice to meet you also. Hey, Janice. Hey, Donna. So what I did... Baton Rouge, here. Nice to meet you, Jen. For the base of the candy corn, I actually use a Dollar Tree traffic cone. They're like 10 inches tall or something like that. That's what I use for the base. I cut the brim off so I can make it more movable and squeeze it to the shape I need. Then I fill it with styrofoam and start to cover it. Before I cover with any clay, I cover my form with masking tape so that the clay has something a little bit rougher to stick to instead of the slick plastic. Hey, my sister. So I'm going to bring him over and show you where we're at, and then I'll explain more from there. He does have shoes. That's a whole nother issue. I mean, a story there. Hey, Donna. Hey, Lucy. So this is my guy so far. So he's got his little shoes on. His shoes are just a styrofoam egg cut in half that I covered in clay and trimmed out. He's got his little shoelaces, his black and white tube socks. I'm calling these the Boo 3000s. Or the Boo Airs. Well, let's call them Boo Airs. These are his Boo Airs. So, in the past, you can see how I squeezed the graphic cone together to give it the more of a cone shape. Like a candy corn is shaped. Dowel rods stuck into the styrofoam that I put through here. That's inside of him. And then this is wire that I put through to the other side to make his arms. That way I can bend his arms how I want them. Right? Aren't the ghosts on the sneakers cute? They were originally going to be bats, but I couldn't find my bat cutters. So, Boo Airs. The one I made last year had Candy Corn 3000 Superstars. So, they were Adidas. Alright? So, in the past, I would not, when I first started, I didn't add clay here. I did everything once it was covered. To make this easier for myself, these are going to be his eyebrows, so his eyes are going to sit in here. And this is his bottom of his mouth. And I want him to have a really crooked smile. So that's the reason we did it this way. Hey, Pilon. Hey, Tisha. If I miss any comments, I will go back and watch the live afterwards. So be sure and comment so I know to get back with you, alright? Hey, Perlene. Alright, so that's what we've done so far. Now we have to make this thing actually be candy corn colored, so that we can add in some more details. He's going to have a lot more sculpting to his face. So this is his cheekbone, his cheek here, and this is his cheek. That's what I meant by crooked smile. Alright? So, I had to Google, because my mind went blank, of what colors the order of the candy corn was. I always forget. I have some fake candy corns right here. So, he's going to be the same color combo. Yellow at the bottom, orange in the middle, and then white at the top. So, like I said in the intro, some of y'all hadn't gotten here yet. My clay was donated today by TCT Crafts, Melissa with TCT Crafts. So we're going to be using her clays to cover it. So first off, we're going to grab the yellow. Let me rephrase that, I apologize. We're using TCT Crafts orange, white, and black. Hey Jane Ann, hey Tassie. I'm actually not using her yellow. It was a little lighter than I needed it to be. And I couldn't, in my head, which was not telling me what color to add to make it a darker. It's more pastel than the bright. So I'm actually using some yellow I already had. So let me grab that real quick. Hey, ma'am. Hey Carol, welcome in. So I'm using the brighter yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm conditioning my clay right now. If you never worked with foam clay, it's dough. It feels like dough in your hand. It's got a little bit of a sticky texture to it in some cases. It's very moldable. You can do a lot with the foam clay. It is for products and projects that should be inside. You should not use this outside. It won't hold up in the weather. You can put it like under a very deep covered porch, but you don't want it in direct weather. All right. So right now I'm just molding it. Some people will do this to warm up the clay. I'm not a fan of that. I think it puts too many air bubbles in there. So I push it between my hands or on my tabletop. Hello, darling. Hey, Renee. So this is how I like to do it. But a lot of y'all don't know this, but about 2 months back, I fell out of my attic and I caught myself with my hand and I messed up my wrist. I don't have to wear my brace anymore, but this bothers my wrist, so that's why you'll see me do it in my hands more. Hey, sweet Marie. Hey, my sister niece. So, what we're going to do, now that I have that, I'm going to grab a rolling pin. This is just a rolling pin. Hey, Rebecca, that you would get from, like, the cake decorating section at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. Just a acrylic, I think it's acrylic, rolling pin. I'm just going to roll my clay out. I don't want it super thin. But like when I put it on, you'll see that I have to work around the mouth. So it's not going to be this exact shape when we put it on. Sometimes when doing this, you'll want to flip your clay over just to make sure you're rolling it good on both sides, make sure there's no air bubbles in it, those types of things. You'll notice well, you can't really notice, but I have a piece of glass here. It works better to roll it on the glass or a really smooth surface like a silicone mat or something like that. Hey, Catherine. It's okay. No worries. Alright, so like I said, we're going to do our stripe here at the bottom. Well, of course, his mouth is right here. I want his mouth to be part of his orange section. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a Sharpie just so I have a guideline for myself. And I'm going to come to the lower section of the cheek right here and draw me a line. I'm going to come over here to about the same spot and I'm going to draw me a line. I just need a little bit of a guideline there. Just so I know roughly. Like it's not a straight line. I just need a rough line to know where to go. Hey, sweet arms. So, I don't want to cover the mouth with it because I want the mouth to be the orange. So what I'm going to do is take my clay and my cutter, which I'm not sure where it's at, so I'll just use this one. I'm going to cut a straight line across it. Alright, I'm just going to lay that to the side. And I'm going to start in the middle and go under his mouth. I'm going to lay him down so y'all can see what I'm doing. And we'll take this. I wrote it a little thin on the end, so I'm just going to rip the ends off. And I'm going right below his mouth. Right? And working my way up towards the top on both sides. The extra clay I'm tucking underneath it because we're going to use that clay to cover the underside of him. Hey, Doodle. Alright. Now you will have the spots where you're going to get a little bit of clay on the other clays that you don't want it on. It happens. The only way to avoid it is to cut it in smaller pieces. The good thing is this clay can be cut with scissors. A lot of us have scissors that are used just for our clay. Hey, Jeannie. Now, you'll see some people who will only do this with gluing on the form. I don't always use glue. I will use glue on certain items, but not everything I do. The reason being, you tend to get more bubbles in your glue, in your clay when you use the glue. I'm just not a fan of the glue. Alright, now I'm going to take this little piece here and I'm going to connect it together on the back. So you're piecing it together, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of those lines where you pieced it together. Alright, so you can see in the back where I pieced it together right there. If you take a little bit of water, I have a spray bottle. Yeah, Marie doesn't glue either. Take a little bit of, I got like a little water bottle of spray here. Spray just a little bit of water on it. And I massage it together. And by doing that, I have got rid of most of that line on that side. Foam clay will puffin back up as it dries. And in puffing back up, it gets rid of a lot of those areas that you're like, oh, oops, fingerprint, and those types of things. So that's a good thing about this. The rest of it here at the bottom, I'm just folding it under. And when I'm all done, I won't do it on the live, but when I'm done, I will go back in and add more yellow clay underneath him to finish covering off the bottom. So that it'll be completely covered all the way around. Yeah. Oh no, I have big versions of this for ribbon. I have another version of that scissor for ribbon. I don't even remember where I got those scissors at, but I love these scissors. I think I got them at Hancock's before they went out of business. There used to be a Hancock's on our way home every day. And I would stop constantly to buy stuff that I did not need. Thanks, Marie. So you see on the bottom how I just kind of tucked it up under there? Yeah, I'll go back in there with more clay. Like, I'm going to take this piece I got right here. I'm going to rip a piece of it off. Hey, 3A. It's the candy corn man, Jerry. And I'm just going to push it down in there and start to move it around to connect it to everything else. I really had intentions of trying my best to do all of this on the live with y'all today so that y'all could see it from start to finish, like the entire building process. But there was just no way. I realized there was going to be no way when I got up today. And I was like, no, I have to do prep work. But I do go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for Flocktail Hour is what I call it. So we just hang out. We have us a good time. We make stuff. A lot of this you'll be able to see me do on those lives. I do a lot of my cakes on lives. I did a really awesome Christmas cake this past weekend that's going to be a door prize for Jace's event, if any of y'all are going to his event. So see, I didn't even need all the yellow. So I'm going to put this yellow back in a bag because it will dry out on you. You will see that yellow come back into play a little bit later. Yes, hashtag Flocktail Hour every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot of fun on Thursday nights. It's a totally different live on Thursday nights. Everyone's towards the end of the week. Everyone's ready for the week to be over. So it's a lot of fun. Please do, Janice. Please do. Hey, Chrissy. All right, so now we have our yellow on. We have to go up and decide where we want the orange to stop. So I know I want the mouth to be part of the orange, and it's going to push its way up here. But I'm going to go right above the arms. Yeah, right above the arms. And I'm going to draw me a line. So the orange is going to go all the way up here. All right. And then the very top section will be the white. And right now you'll notice I'm not covering the mouthpieces, or I haven't yet. The mouth will be covered after we put the main orange on. Like parts of it will get covered now, but then we're going to go back and add a little bit more. So yes, that's Jenny. I just learned that today too. I'm not sure how I didn't know that. Yeah, all of this is pieces I've made in the past. I did this one on a live on August the 17th was my 1 year anniversary, and this is the piece I did there. I made all of this, the house and everything. This is a little character sitting on a log. He is a pumpkin head now, but in the summertime he has a watermelon head. I made him back in early summer, and the cake I did a few weeks ago on a live. All right, so now we need to grab our orange. Let me move him to the side so I can get the orange. So this is the TCT orange, and she calls it just orange. So, hey Becca, we are making a candy corn guy. Now let's see if I can get this clay back open. There we go. So there, and you'll notice if you, hey Adam, thank you. So the more you work with, thanks Jessica, hey Brandy, the more you try foam clay. There's a lot of vendors out there with foam clay, and everyone's clay is slightly different. And you'll find the clay that works perfect for you, and you may find multiples that you use for different things. I have several clays that I use. I have a predominant clay that I use for sculpting. I've got a different clay that I use for cookies. Thank you, Gary. How are you? The cone. In holidays, it gives you a link to join private club to see everyone. Huh. Hey Cindy, if you happen to be on here, can you reach out to I'm Snow Crafty? She's having an issue with the holidays site. Okay. This is my better half. This is my husband Corey. He comes in waves. Sometimes he says hi or be kind and rewind. He says little weird things like that. Thank you, Gary. Hey, Kim, thank you. Yeah, he pops in from time to time. We have been together for 17 years and married for 7 in February. So actually 17 years together in February and been married for 7 in February. Alright, so I got that all warmed up, ready to go. It's Corey, C-O-R-E-Y. So I'm going to roll this out. I still have never put anything on my my glass to make it not roll. Thank you. Oh, he definitely has the hair in the relationship. May I be a little jealous? Yes. I had hair when we first met. I think he stressed me enough that it all fell out. Oh, you're fine, Brandy. Yeah, we're going to say that he stressed me so much it all fell out. We live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm originally from a small town in Arkansas, right at the boot heel of Missouri. Bald is beautiful, right? There it is. This is my clay cutter, which is actually just a kitchen scraper. It's one of my favorite tools. It helps you get a good line there. Oh, you're in Pocahontas? Oh, Ponchatoula. I thought you said Pocahontas. We have a town in Arkansas called Pocahontas. Why though? Oh my, roll eye. Goodness. Hey, Jan. Hey, Jen. Alright. I'm just cutting this to make it what I think is the right size. If I wasn't doing this on a live, I would actually probably measure everything really well. Because we're live, I'm not. I can make it work. But like I said, remember, you're going to cover part of the facial features, but you're going to go back and add more clay anyway, so it's okay. But you're not covering them all right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down again. Just like that. I'm actually going to put something under his feet area to raise him up just a little bit. Need a little bit more than that. You can use silicone cake molds with the clay. And the reason I'm raising him up is the clay is still wet. So if you lay it on his back, it's going to kind of mush that clay some. It's still wet enough I could actually fluff it back up though. Well, happy anniversary, Kim. Wow, 31 years. Awesome. Thank you, Margarita. How are you? I'm not sure if I spoke when you came in. I apologize. And he's going to want to roll because I have him on something round. Let's take him off of the round and put him on something that's not round. That'll work. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to do here is I think I have it the right size. It's actually a little big. I'm going to go in and cut a little bit more off. Alright. Yep, that'll work. So I'm going to go in and lay this where I need it. And because I've started those facial features already, it's going to give me a little bit of a guide of where I need to make sure the clay lays. So, because I went right above the arms, I'm actually going to cut at the arm so that I can go around his arm without having to make a big hole in it. His arms are bendable, so I can raise them up a little bit to get around them. There we go. And don't worry if some of your clay, if you decide to do some of this, gets stuck to the pieces, you just rearrange it. It's fine. Alright. So now I got to do this side. Let me bend the arm up. I want to go right there. So the last time I made one of these, I actually didn't put the arms on until after he was done. And the reason I did not do that this time I'm actually going to rip that off and just start a new piece there. Is I needed the arm bone in him. I got the arm bone, the piece that went across, to actually help add structure to the inside of the body, so that he would his arms would stay where I wanted them. Alright, so I've got it covered. You can see right here where I pushed the clay against the mouth shape on both sides here. The back's not completely covered. I'm going to go in and cut a little bit of this off because I got a little bit wider in the back than it needed to be. So now I'm just blending the two together at his arm seam. Just like I did before with the back seam. It's got a seam, but the seam is actually at his arm this time. Now if you see a spot that you think the clay's a little loose, you just go in and you pinch it back together, and it works fine. Alright, I'm going to turn him back towards me for a minute. Oops, got a little piece of clay stuck there. So I'm just flattening it out in the areas that are around the mouth area. Now, if you're doing this and you're like, I really think I need to add glue. If there's one spot, I'm going to say add glue if you have to, would be around like a facial feature or something like that. Just so you make sure that it sticks really well to that mold that you built underneath it. So now I'm just going in and making sure that my yellow and my orange are joined together good. Because clay will puffin up, but it also shrinks. So as it shrinks, it could possibly try to pull away from the yellow. And if it does that, there's ways to fix it. So it's not like, oh my God, it cracked, it pulled away from each other, my project's over, it's ruined. It's not. There is ways to fix those things. Alright. Now, you can see where the mouth is started there. Let's go ahead and add the white real quick. We got about 30 minutes. So, like I said, he may not get completely done today, but we're going to get pretty close. I don't like how that did, so I'm going to go in and touch it just a little bit there. And the more you do this, the more you'll find yourself realizing that some things you're trying to fix don't matter. And sometimes it definitely matters, you know? Alright. I keep these little Dollar Tree Tupperware bowls around. And when I know if there's a color, like I know I need this orange again, instead of putting it all back in the bag, I'm just going to stick it down in this tub, because I'm going to reach it back out for it here in a little bit. That way I don't have to open the bag every time. Thank you, Kim. Adam, order you some clay. Get you some clay. And hang out with me. And we will have you working with clay. Those of you that are wanting to learn more about clay, I'm a newly named coach in Sweet Success Studios here on Facebook, where I'll be coaching in there with 3 wonderful women. So if you're wanting to learn more about clay and how to use it, how to do everything from simple projects to big projects, to how to get your business going, how to do wreaths. We have a wreath maker in there also. She does clay and wreaths. Go to Sweet Success Studios and request to join. If you do it within the next 5 days, for the first month is you have to sign up between today and the 5th, I believe it is. Yep, I call them my Ramey's ladies. But if you sign up in the next 5 days, you can sign up for a month for $1. Then after that, I believe it is yes, I'm in Baton Rouge, so just come on over. Right, yeah. Make sure it's an airtight container. Like I don't leave mine in there for days at a time. Yeah, $14.99. I was about to ask you that, Sam. After the first month, if you sign up in the next 5 days, you get it for $1 for the first month, and then after that, it's $14.99 a month. Like I said, there's myself, 3 other coaches. There will be a guest designer once a month, and you're going to learn all kinds of stuff from clay all the way up to how to promote yourself, how to run a business, how to make the Facebook work for you. You know, all of those types of things. So it's well worth it. I've been a guest coach in there every 3 months for the last year-ish. No, the last 9 months, I guess. Sam just posted the link. Oh, excuse me. To the group, to the coaching group. How long have I been doing this? I think that's what I see that somebody asked. I've been working with clay. My first clay project was a St. Patrick's Day project in, this is 24, 23, in 23, right? Like a year and some months is how long I've been working with clay. But I've only been hardcore with clay since August of last year, so we're just over a year. All right. I ran my mouth too much on that one. Let me stretch it. Sorry about that. How long have I been sculpting? I started off sculpting, so oddly enough, as long as I've been doing clay, really, I've been sculpting. Are there video? Yes, all the videos from today's and yesterday's event are in Holidays Design Circle. Head over there, request to join that group, and that's where all these videos are at. It is a free group. It's a private group, but it is a free group. Holidays Design Circle. So do we have any football fans in the live? Because I am teaching this, but I also have the score pinned to my phone for the LSU game, and it looks like it's not going well, and I'm a little shocked. Go Tigers! Yes, 100% Tiger fan. I grew up a Tiger fan, obviously. I mean, not obviously, but oddly enough, being from Arkansas originally. But I grew up being an LSU fan, so I'm a little shocked that the score of this game is what it is right now. You're watching, Jessica? I'm a little confused about why the score looks like that. Alright, so I'm doing the same thing again here. I'm going to go ahead and lay him on his back. Lay my clay over it. So this is not my full-time job. I also work for a furniture company where I design custom furniture. That is my day job. It's a great company. I love the people I work with. Of course, everyone's goal is to do what they love every day, and this is what I love. So one day, hopefully, this will be my full-time job. You prefer the kitten bowl? I understand. So what I'm doing, if you'll notice, he is a cone, because candy corn is a cone. I'm just pulling the clay towards the back here. And I'm going to take my scissors. and cut off this excess. That could be it. Yeah. Honestly, I thought playing the season opener in Vegas was a little strange to begin with, so what I'm doing, same thing as before, I'm trying to make that seam go away. He's wanting to rock back a little bit on his feet here. Again, today is part of Holidays Design Circles Halloween event. If you've noticed, a lot of the designers have been men. They wanted to honor the men of design, because there's a lot of us in this design world, and you never really think about it, because most of the events, and when you think design, wreath makers, or even with the fake bakes, that's what a lot of people call what I'm doing, because of what I'm using. Although I don't do just cakes. A lot of us don't do just cakes, but a lot of people automatically think female. Well, there's quite a few of us men out here. So alright, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find my eyebrow line that I put in there, so that I can make sure that my clay is pushed against it. Now, I did get a few air bubbles, which is what I was trying to avoid by not using glue, but I did get some. It's the way I covered it. That's a me mistake, not a clay mistake. My nose itches. Alright, so you can kind of see his eyebrow line there. You see the top of his lip here, and you see the bottom of his lip here. Then you got your lip line. So what we need to do is we're now going to make those features pop out more. We got 20 minutes, we should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his eyes. So for eyes, I use doll eyes off of Amazon. This is what I use for eyes. A lot of people will use resin eyes, which are a flat eye. I like the three-dimensional eyes. I have blue and I have brown out. And I think I'm actually going to go with the brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in that eye socket area and I'm going to push it in. Okay? So there's one of his eyes. Now I'm going to take his other one and I'm going to push it into the other side. Okay? We are going to make his eyes look like they're not just popping out of his head, though. Take a little bit of the white, and I'm rolling what I call a worm with tapered sides. Alright? I'm going to take that, and I'm going over the top of his eye. I'm going to turn it towards you in just 1 second, so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay? Now I'm going to take my finger and push it back, kind of flatten out the top area, pushing it back towards the rest of the clay. I'm pretty much going over that same line as I did that was already there. Yeah, I might have to redo his bottom section because his feet aren't wanting to stay on. And I'm taking my hand and rubbing the two clays, blending the two clays together. Alright. Now on the sides, I'm kind of bringing it kind of under the eye. You'll see in just 1 second. So it looks more like a brow line over his eye now. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The other one's going to be a little bit smaller because his jaw, his cheekbone is right there. So I don't want it to be quite as big. If you notice he's starting to lean forward, it's because I accidentally poked the dowel rod through the styrofoam. So there's nothing to stop it from wanting to slide forward. And again, I'm just going around that seam where I just put that on there and blending the two clays together. So it looks like it was actually part of him instead of being a whole separate piece. Now there are tools that you can use, regular clay tools, when you're doing this to help sculpt everything. And I do use them. Actually, I just had one in front of me. But oh, there it is. So this is a ball tool. You've got a big ball on one side, a small ball on the others. They come in different sizes. You get them at Hobby Lobby, usually on sale for like $5 for a set. But you can use these to move your clay around. You can actually dip the ball in water and use it to smear the clays together. Alright, so now there's his big old brows. So he is going to get a nose, just not yet. But he will get a nose. Alright, so that's all the white we need right now. Because remember, the smile is going to be in orange, like the actual orange looking like it's stretched. But he needs teeth inside of there, right? So we're going to set this to the side just for a second. I'm going to grab some black. Just a little bit. And what we're doing with the black is we're going to build the inside of the mouth first. Like the actual mouth area. And what I'm doing for that is I'm just taking this little bit here. Don't even really need that much. Making a ball. Rolling it out. To a skinnier worm. Alright. I'm going to put this at the top of that smile area. And I'm going to follow that same line all the way up. So you're like, oh, that looks crazy, right? It's fine. Now that it's in there where we want it, I'm going to smush it down. Okay? This is going to be the dark area. Like when you smile, like you have the dark area in there, right? That's all this is. This is just the dark area on the inside of the mouth. And you'll notice I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger at the bottom area right here. And you don't have to worry about the shape not being exactly right, because you're adding a lip over this. So don't worry about the smile being a little weird looking. Okay? Because you're going to add a lip around it. That's all the black we needed. Put that back in there. Now we're going to take a little piece of white. I want him to have a little bit of a bottom teeth there to show and a little bit of a top teeth. So I'm making another little worm. I'm going to cut it in half. Alright. Taper off both sides. Just like we did with the bigger one. We're going to find where I want those top teeth to go, which is right there. I'm going to flatten it just a little bit. Then we're going to take the bottom ones and do the same thing. We're going to flatten them up towards the other one. Let me look at it to make sure I like how it's shaped. I do. So it looks weird, right? Now watch this. Take a Q-tip. Nope. If you watch me long enough, you'll realize that I like to call toothpicks Q-tips for some reason. Don't know why. But we're going to take us a toothpick. And we're going to take it. And we're actually going to make lines. And we're pushing them down pretty good. And what that's doing is giving us teeth. Or the shape of teeth, I should say. So now you can see he's got some teeth. Y'all know how I am with my Q-tip. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix his feet, y'all. Can't believe I did that. It was fine until I really started messing with him earlier. If I would have left him alone and let him dry completely, it would have been fine. Alright, so we don't need any more of the white. I'm just making sure my white's attached good. Alright, let me put the white back up. We've got 12 minutes. Alright, let's put his mouth on real quick. I'll finish his arms and I'll post pictures. I apologize that we're not getting it finished today. I thought I'd done enough prep, but... Right, as long as I don't clean my ears, I think I'm okay. Alright, let me grab that. Make sure I didn't get any of the other color stuck to it. Alright, I'm going to sit him back here for a second, looking at y'all. Yeah, see? That shoe's not even there. The shoe wasn't even, like, touching the ground anymore. Yeah, y'all are all used to it. Stay. Alright, so I'm making a long worm. That's what we, in the clay world, tend to call these. Snakes, long worms, whatever. I don't need it quite so thick, so I'm going to cut it in half. And then start to roll it again. Thank y'all. Alright, let me turn him towards me. I'm going to put his bottom lip on first. And for the bottom lip, I'm just following that same exact line that was already there. So that form that I made, I'm using that as my guideline on where to add the clay in. And then for the bottom of it, I'm just doing the same thing and pushing it backwards to connect it to the clay below it. That's also is going to take away some of that thickness, because it doesn't have to be thick. Just rolling it in there. Making sure they're attached. I feel like my lights were flickering. I'm sure that's just me looking at the stuff weird. So there's his bottom lip. So you see now it looks like this. He's pushed down the yellow. We'll take this piece, stretch it out a little bit by rolling it. He does look like he's taking his first steps. I'm going to go up here and join that one together and follow the line of the top lip. Thanks, Kim. It might be. Because I swear my lights was just flickering. I'm doing the same thing I did down below, pushing it against the skin, or what should be his skin, I guess. Blended it on there. Making sure they're blended together. I'm going to spray a little bit of water there. Yeah, she must have put it in the box and it's in it over here. But we have been having power surges the last few days. I'm blaming it on the rain. I'm not sure what it actually is, but I'm blaming it on the amount of rain we got in the last few days. All right, there's his top lip. And if I notice as it starts to dry that it's not doing how it needs to, I can always go in and fix it. All right, I'm going to add a cheek real quick on the orange. Again, I do apologize that I did not get him finished on the live. I hate that. I hate when I don't get something finished on the live. It's because I run my mouth too much. I love to talk. But yes, be sure, after me, to head over to John Norrell with the Crafty Tech Guy. He's going to be on after me. So be sure and go follow him as well. If you're not following me, please do. Like I said, I go live periodically through the week. I do have live sales from time to time. We just had one this past week. All right, there's his other cheek. He needs a nose. So, when he's done, this hand will come down like this. Let me fix his hand here. His fingers are going to curl up. Oh no! Candy corn down. Alright? So this hand is going to come like this, and he's going to hold his little boo basket. But you know, people, you know, what does a candy corn go as for Halloween? You know? Well, our candy corn, of course, because I'm Raymond, the Evercrafter. The more you're around, the more you'll learn. Ours is King Candy Corn. So, That's what ours is going to be when he gets done. I'm going to go in, I'm going to finish his arms and give him a nose. He's actually, I think, going to have a yellow nose or a big white nose. I haven't made up my mind yet. I haven't quite decided yet. Thank you all. Again, I want to thank the ladies with Holidays Design Circle for taking the time out to honor the men of design, and having us be part of this amazing Halloween event that's been going on for 2 days. All the replays will be available to watch on Holidays Design Circle, as well as here on my page. You can see mine, and I've shared everyone. I believe I've shared everybody. I've tried to watch as much as I can. Thank you for following. If you haven't done that already, please do that. I will be live again on Thursday night for Flocktail Hour. If you're interested in learning more about clay, like I said, reach out to us here over at the Sweet Success Studios. Join. The next 5 days, it's $1 for the first month. After those 5 days, that deal is gone. Second month, we'll go back up to $14.99 a month. 4 coaches, several tutorials, and some fun games go on in there. So come join us for that. I want to thank Melissa with TCT Crafts for the clay. Thank you very much. If you need some clay, holler out at her. She does have a website, so you can get some clay from her. If you have any other questions pertaining to anything clay related, I'm here. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll see what I can help you with. Other than that, I always sign off all my lives by saying the same thing, which is to be wonderful, make something wonderful, and to live happily ever after. And all that means is what it is. Be wonderful. Do what you do. You know, that's all it is. Be wonderful. Make something wonderful. And as always, live happily ever after. Y'all have a great night. Head on over to the Crappy Tech Guy. All right? Thank y'all for watching. Hope to see y'all again.